This video here is very interesting, and I'm gonna explain certain things to you since I did work in a jail and I did work in a prison. This video is called Inmate Kills Cellmate and Hides Body Without Guards Noticing.
Shocking security camera video from inside a jail in London, Ontario. Video that shows
London,
a murder
Ontario.
that the guards apparently did not notice. Tashana Reed is here with the story and the video that you will see for the first time. What does it show us, Tashana?
Well, it's pretty difficult to watch, Heather. This is the case of 32-year-old Anthony George, who is now serving a life sentence for the death of his cellmate, Adam Kargus. And this new video was ordered released by a judge and shows Kargus being beaten and choked by his cellmate in his cell. The two of them are locked together in that particular cell that we just had a circle around. And then you see a jail guard actually walking by at one point in this video and checking to see that all the doors are locked. But inside that particular cell, so there's that moment we're talking about, but inside that cell, as he's walking by, George can be seen through the window punching and kicking and stomping and choking Kargus. So inmates at this time also were banging and yelling on their own cells. But then at this point, the next morning, George actually drags the body from the cell. And as you can see, many inmates around without jail guards taking notice. And he leaves the body in the shower area, which is a common area for all of the inmates. So this video was taken from a security camera from one of the common areas. But as you can see, a lot happening here, and it shows that George, over the days that they had obtained the footage, it shows George physically interacting with Kargus on 6 different occasions, and on 4 of those occasions, he actually puts Kargus into a chokehold. And I want to show you a still image as well. There's only one. At one point do we see guards actually intervening, and as you can see, he's holding him in a chokehold. So George was scheduled for trial in particular for this case, but pled guilty just 3 weeks before the trial was set to begin, and is now serving this life sentence.
So life sentence, what were the repercussions for the jail where this happened?
Well, of course, I mean, there are a lot of questions
as
to why these two inmates who clearly had issues were even in the same jail cell together. George is also a known violent offender. Now, the court actually heard from a nurse who said that she suspected that he might have been under the influence of alcohol that same night.
In the jail, under the influence of alcohol. So you already know how that works.
And that was actually fact, because George admitted in court that he was under the influence, that he had been drinking what is called Jailhouse brew, or
we used to call it Buck.
What is commonly known as Jailhouse brew, which is an alcoholic concoction that some of the prisoners make. He also smoked a cigarette that was laced with drugs. So she had flagged that and reported it to guards, but instead the guards decided to deal with the issue the next day. And then it was too late. They said it was because of a staffing shortage. Now, another question is why guards did not respond to the beating. There were a number of different interactions between these two inmates that were caught on a closed circuit camera. And that beating also lasted for about an hour, so with the inmates making noise. So a lot of questions as to what the guards did and did not do during this particular case. The judge ordering this video to be released so people can see the fuller picture.
This is the problem. One, there are a lot of staffing shortages. Their turnaround that I saw working in both the prison and in the jail was incredible. I've never seen a place where people come in and quit, come in and quit, come in and quit. I remember there was times when I was working in the prison where I remember one for like a week, it was like maybe 20 of us and 5,000 inmates. So you do the math. When I was working in the jail, it would be me. We had dorms that was separated like this. We had the common area, then we had the yard, which was in the middle. I'd be on one side behind a desk, and the other officer would be the other side behind his desk. Then we have like a middle area, which is like a hallway, and then the sergeant's office with doors and everything. And then you got another set of dorms on the other side that mirror the side that I was on. Each one has one officer. You got 79, 80 inmates sometimes. You're not going to catch everything. And you have one movement officer. You're not going to catch everything. And a lot of times what the inmates do is They'll make noise. They'll do something to distract you on this side while this side is doing something else. And there's no way you're going to catch everything. No way. No way you're going to catch everything. Most of these shifts are 12 hours. And if you're understaffed, you're talking about understaffing. The morale is down. Too many inmates for each officer. It's just all the variables are there and nothing adds up. So a lot of these incidents I can see happening. A lot of this can happen. A lot. Now there's well-run jails like the one in El Salvador. I'll probably do another video on that one. From what I've experienced, the ones I worked in, there's a lot of things that are just wrong, which is why I don't work there anymore. I did it for a few years and it was like just uncomfortable. I saw all the things that were happening. And the morale from the officers is horrible too. I guarantee you, when those officers were like, "We'll take care of it tomorrow," that was a morale thing. Like, I'm not doing this right now. They don't get paid enough. It's low staffed. The turnaround, too many inmates for one officer. I mean, all those elements are there, and nobody wants to do the job. You know what I mean? They're just doing it because they're making ends meet. And that's a dangerous job to just say, "Hey, I'm just gonna make ends meet." That's not like a side hustle. That's like a job that you gotta take real serious. You're dealing with people and not the best people in the world. And you gotta watch your back in there a lot.